Manuel, CEO of Property Yard Africa. So this is going to be a quick one. Trust me, I have to stay put. Don't miss anything. Alright. I know I have done a quick introduction already, but I still want my boss to say something and introduce himself to us. So please, you're welcome. You're welcome, my boss.
Hello viewers, like you heard, my name is Manuel. I'm a property development consultant and of course a real estate entrepreneur. So I'm here to answer all the questions that you may have about the rent to own. You know, we've had a lot of people calling us and talking about rent to own, and also I'm going to be answering all your questions today.
Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce my co-host.
My name is Moses Oyong and I work with her.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, quickly, let's start hitting my boss with questions. Like, I can't wait. Okay.
Okay, so people have been asking what is rent to own? Because it's a new thing in Calabar and everyone who sees it is like fascinated. What is this rent to own idea?
Okay, so like I've explained to a lot of people before, rent to own is a scheme we created. I call it our biggest giveaway ever because we're giving you young professionals, people who just started in your career and you earn some salary. We're saying, come on, rather than pay rent somewhere where you have no stake in, right? So you can pay rent in our property already built and ready. So you pay your rent, you move in, you keep paying the rent over time, and you own the apartment. So that's just a summary of what rent to own is about. It gives you that comfort. You know that this place, you're not going to be threatened, the rent is not going to increase, you're just comfortable, and then you can do whatever you want to do from there. So basically.
So people like to know, because I've heard a lot of things people saying is 30 years, 50 years. What is the exact number before someone gets to own the place?
Okay, so the cost of the property, right, is spread across 30 years. But we already have subscribers who want to reduce that. So they have said, hey, you know what, 30 years is a long time for us. We are going to shrink it and now we're going to pay off our own property. That's a welcome idea. But remember that the real essence of the rent-to-own scheme is to help people, give them the leverage, give you time. All right, so you take your time and then you pay to own the property. So if you don't want to spread it, over 30 years, that's fine. You can do 10 years and the property is still yours. All you need to do is, compress it and pay off, and then you own that piece, the apartment.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's so good, right? Such a beautiful idea.
Yes, so amazing. So to think that I can pay for a property, a house, like rent it and then get to
own
it,
amazing.
Like after some years. That's awesome. Okay. So my question is, what's the payment like? How much for the initial payment, or is there a fixed price for this?
Okay, our prices are they're on the flyers already, so it's fixed. It's not we're not guessing, right? So it's fixed. Is the value of your rent over a period of time. So for a one-bedroom apartment within the scheme is 350,000 naira a year. Once you pay 350, you move in. Then you keep paying the same thing over a period of time.
Wow.
If your income stream is good, you can collapse it and say, hey, guys, you know what? I don't want to do the 30 years thing. I just want to own this and get my documents, and I'm sure that this apartment belongs to me. Why not?
Wow.
So that is excellent for you, but the catch here is that you have the time. So by us allowing you to pay to own it, we give you time to get your acts together, to fix yourself. So let me add this one quickly, which a lot of people don't understand. The rent to own scheme, it's also an investment package. Because this is what happens in 5 years. If you become a Dangote or the richest man in Africa, you're going to move out, that's for sure. But the apartment is still yours, and you can earn rental income, right, from that apartment. We allow you to put it up for rent, and then you get people pay, and then you own it. But this is the beauty, right? In 5 years, rent value within that area is not going to be what we're taking from you now. But once you subscribe to the scheme, you're paying a fixed rent over a period of time. But in 5 years or 10 years, you cannot pay that amount for that rent, right? So if you moved out, this is the investment part now. So if you moved out, you can rent that apartment and earn income. So let's say you're doing 500,000 for 2-bedroom flats. So in 5 years, it's going to be about 700. On 10 years, maybe a million. What you're going to pay to the company is still 500,000.
Wow.
See, so that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
So you still pay 500,000. You keep the rest. The rest belongs to you because it's your apartment. That's what the rent is. It's magical. It's, like I said, it's by far our biggest giveaway so far.
Wow.
So I'm mind blown by this.
Okay. I also want to find out if do you own the land or you just own the apartment? Is it the land and the apartment, or you own just the apartment?
No, you see, in apartment business, you can't say you own the land.
Okay.
It's clearly stated, right? That you own an apartment within an estate. It's the apartment you're buying. We're not buying land. If you go to most places, Lagos, Abuja, and all of that, they have designed the estate, right? So you are owning the apartment. The estate is managed,
Okay.
right, by property yard.
Yeah.
Okay? So what you own in the estate is the apartment. So what is you're entitled to is the apartment. So if you're renting it out for rental income, you own that apartment. We recognize that, and then we'll let you stay. All you need to do is to abide by the rules and regulations of the place, service, and all of that. Of course, there'll be security fee, service charge for those doing the cleanup and ensuring that the environment is in mint condition all the time. Very important to us. All right. So we're not going to come bug you. Someone is there to do that, so we pay that person, and that's how it works.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Document, if you're buying land, right, you get the idea of assignments here or here. So what documents do they present to the buyers, as certificates to show their ownership?
So it's about the same thing in a nutshell. I mean, if you buy something, you get a receipt, right? If you buy something, you get proof that you bought this. So at first, what you get is you get a contract of sales. Then when you're done with your payments, you have a deed that assigns that apartment to you.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're good.
Okay, sir. What are the other facilities you have in the apartment? What other stuff are you giving in the apartment?
We're not giving you anything else. All you do is you move in,
Okay.
like a normal apartment that is ready to rent,
Okay.
right? So of course there is steady water supply there.
Okay.
You pay your bills. I mean, there's a prepaid meter attached to your building. So you swipe your card, you have power supply. You don't, you stay in the dark. That's it's your challenge, absolutely. But the only thing that is done aside your payments is that, of course, the security. Basically, but for the apartment, it's the apartment, like you rent an apartment.
When I was meeting with a few people, one of their concerns they raised was what if they die while renting the apartment?
So that's basic with real estate and with any property acquisition, right? So in our case, there is next of kin. When you fill your form to subscribe for an apartment, you have next of kin. So just like with government or the bank or any other business that you do or venture, we ask for the next of kin. So that apartment is transferred for your immediate beneficiary, right? The person who can prove that, hey, they are supposed to take that. It's your property, remember, it's no longer ours, it's your apartment. So your successor in title or can becomes the owner of the apartment. I answer all the questions in the conversation. You cannot tackle everything. People get bored. Yeah. Okay.
To say, if the next of kin must be someone that is able to make payments in case the person buying is not there, because we find some people using their young kids for next of kin.
Mm-hmm.
So is that allowed?
Yes. So you see, that's the thing. When people pass on, they leave two things, right? Either liability or assets. So when you pass on, if you're not done paying, what you have passed on to your next of kin is a liability because they have to pay, right? So that's why some people say, you know what, I'm not going to spread for that long. I'm going to first track it and pay off, so I know that I have real-time documents that this property belongs to me.
So we promised it was going to be a quick one, and we don't want to get too bored with all the questions. So please do well to subscribe to our channel, like our page, and drop any question on the comment section. We're waiting to answer all your questions. Thank you so much.
Also check the description. You see our contacts, our office, WhatsApp number, email. Contact us. Let's be in touch.
Thank you.
From the very first day I set my eyes on you, I fall in love. I fall in love. From the very first day when you smile and look